Alright, so let's put the phone to airplane mode, and I think we are ready to record. So today my goal is to really just start producing a song and just talk you through the process that I have. And I will just start with a blank Ableton session and just move from there. Just go bit by bit and just, start composing and producing a song as I normally do. This is not an exercise or anything. It's really just I want to start a new song, and I thought I just want to also take you on my process and maybe also share some thoughts with you and some techniques that I use. So yeah, let's go. So this is Ableton, and let's put on the headphones. So I actually quite often just start with Analog from Ableton because it's a really raw synthesizer, and I just like start by drawing in some notes. Sometimes I also play them on the keyboard, but I really just also like to start with a chord progression, and let's actually just try to do that. And we are currently at 110 BPM the session, so maybe let's actually speed that up a little bit to, let's do 115. So really I'm just doing a very raw analog sound, and this just helps me to really focus on the chords and not get lost too much in the sound design tasks that really just consists of moving the knobs on the synthesizer. But I think in the beginning for me it really helps to just focus on the chords. Now this really also depends, I guess, on the style of music that you make. So let's actually speed it up a little bit and just divide everything by 2. So it's really, for me now, just trying to figure out what chord progression do I want to use, and it's quite hard to explain the process here for me. I really just try to focus on my feelings and what I feel when I write these chords. I actually also recently made a video about chord progression, so if you want to actually watch that, it's the video right here. But right now I'm just going to continue. And I hear it in my head what chord has to come after that, but it's so hard sometimes for me to find the right keys for it, but I already hear it in my head. what I really like to do is to do, for example, only 4 bars in the beginning and then start doing a chord progression in that. Normally what you do is you make 4 or 8 bars and you can loop them, but what I like to do is to try to extend these 4 bars to 8 bars, for example, and try to find a chord which is leading into a new part, basically. So here, from this chord, this is the same chord as this one, right? So you could theoretically loop this part right here, but with this major chord, you lead into this, so it kind of has to continue. Alright, let's work with that. Maybe I'm gonna change it later on. It always happens that midway through the song, I'm gonna change all of it again, but I'm just gonna continue working with this right now. And let's actually now focus a little bit more on the sound design things. So let's actually just try to start shaping the synthesizer a little bit. So let's create a bass line and let's use Serum for that. Or actually, let's just start with a very simple soft bass. And for that, I really like to use just simply operator. I always have to go like up 1 octave to hear what the actual note actually is, because in the bass regions sometimes you get it wrong by a semitone because you don't really hear it. So up here it's much easier to know which is the right note. I like to do a second oscillator, which is just like 1 octave above it, and just add that a little bit. So like that you get a little bit more that sound, which you then can also hear on smaller speakers, because if you only have the sub bass, sometimes you just don't hear anything on bad speakers. Alright, that sounds nice. Now my goal is to record some percussion. Let's just call this Perk 1. And I'm gonna use these 2 microphones right there. So these are the M5s by Rode. And I have to actually also use the right input here. So let's use that. Alright, now we hear it. Whoa. Can someone explain me what just happened? I just changed something here in the settings and I just chose the inputs which I want to use for the microphone, and then the sample rate switched to 48 Hertz and then everything just got moved up. That's so crazy. But which is now the right key? That's the question. So that's A. The A. So that's actually the right key. So I started with the wrong key, but how did that happen? I think it has to do something with my screen recording, but that's kind of messed up. Alright, so let's find some percussion stuff that I want to use. Maybe back here I have this whole bucket of things that I like to use sometimes. So let's just use these shakers for a start. Alright. Alright, so now I'm just gonna pick one small loop that I like. Okay, this one is nice, so I'm just gonna loop that. And actually also have to move it a little bit because now there's some latency issues because of screen recording and just the way the routing is right now. I have some latency issues because I hear myself right now through direct routing because I have the Fireface, and here I can directly send out the signal to my headphones without going through Ableton, but because when I listen to myself through Ableton, I always hear this little latency and it's really hard to play this way, right? So I have to now manually adjust this a little bit. Let's actually record another percussion channel. No, let's do something else. So to try to record something with these two. That, and I always like to use the beats mode when I work with percussion, and then I like to select actually this transient mode, so this really just preserves transients and cuts it off after that, and you can say how long the sample should ring out, and you can actually also shorten it. So like that, it's really short and you don't have any decay or anything. And now like that, you really hear the whole body, so you can really control of how much from the body you actually want to keep. Okay, let's try to record some guitar. Yeah, no, there's quite a heavy hum in here. And it's actually, I think, the guitar, because I built this guitar myself when I was in high school, and yeah, it's kind of a wonder that it even works, but I really still like to use it. But there's a lot of humming sounds on it, and also the frets, they are not on the right place, so you cannot really tune it properly, because depending on the fret that you're playing on, it's just off. The tuning is off, even though when you tuned it right. All right, let's tune it. Right, so I am still developing this idea, and I have this melody that I just like sang into the microphone, and the guitar that I recorded. Let's actually do another bass, which is more a bit rhythmic and not like a laid down bass. Wow, that's nice. that's nice. Alright, so that's it. That's the idea of the track. Until now, I really just drafted everything and I just put everything down that I just like, and I don't try to focus too much on reducing. So the goal right now is really just to draw and to make a draft of the first version of this song. So I have a melody, I have a chord progression, and also just a general vibe that I want to take this song, but it's really just the beginning. And yeah, I'm gonna stop this video here because I have actually no idea if this video is even going to be good or worth watching. So if you made it this far, please let me know in the comments. Do you want to get more of that kind of format, me just producing and maybe talking a little bit during it? So if you liked it, please also subscribe to my channel for more videos like this in the future. And yeah, see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.